Hi everyone, I'm Eric Vanman, an Associate Professor of Psychology at the University of Queensland, and I'm thrilled to share with you the news that I just recently received a research grant from the Australian government to study the psychology of social robots. Getting here has been a long road, and I'm excited to tell you all about it. First, let me share with you the news about the grant. The Australian Research Council is funding it, and it's for roughly $300,000 for a series of studies that we will conduct over the next 3 years in Australia and Switzerland. This grant will enable my team, consisting of Professor Emily Cross at ETH Zurich, Professor Arvid Kappes at Constructor University in Germany, and myself, to conduct groundbreaking research on the psychology of social robots. We will use fMRI and psychophysiological measures to examine how humans interact with social robots, perceive them, and build relationships with them. We believe this research will have far-reaching implications for developing and deploying social robots in various domains, from healthcare to education. I plan to make more videos during different stages of the project so you can come along with us while we do this research over the next 3 years. You might even want to subscribe to my channel to keep up with the progress. Now let's talk about the journey to get this funding. It took 3 attempts over 3 years to secure this grant. I learned a lot from this experience, and I want to share some advice with those of you who are at any stage of your career who are also trying to get a grant. First, have a clear and compelling research question. Before you start writing your grant proposal, consider your research question. It should be clear, focused, and relevant to the funding agency's interests. A good research question will help you make a strong case for why your project is important and deserves funding. Put together a strong team. A successful research project requires a team of highly skilled researchers who can contribute to this project. When assembling your team, consider the skills and expertise you need to conduct your research successfully. Make sure you have a diverse team that brings a variety of perspectives to the project. Use appropriate measures. When collecting data for your research, it's essential to use appropriate measures. Your measures should be relevant to your research question and reliable and valid. In my case, I'm using fMRI and measures of facial movements called facial EMG to measure people's reactions to the social robots. Avoid including a measure or a methodology you're unfamiliar with just because it's trendy to do so. If you need help deciding which measure to use, consult with experts in your field or contact other researchers who've used similar measures. Get feedback on your proposal. Once you have a draft, getting feedback from others is essential. Contact colleagues, mentors, or grant writing professionals for their input. They may offer suggestions that you haven't considered, or they may help you to identify weaknesses in your proposal that need to be addressed. Plan for dissemination. Once you've completed your research project, planning for dissemination is essential. This includes writing up your findings for publication in academic journals and presenting your results at conferences. It's also important to consider how you can share your findings with the broader public, such as through social media, press releases, public lectures, or even YouTube videos. And finally, be persistent. Getting a grant is not easy, and it's common to face rejection before you finally get the funding. It's important to stay persistent and keep trying. It took me 3 attempts to get this grant, but I didn't let the rejections discourage me. And try not to be discouraged if you get feedback on your proposal that suggests that you need to make changes. Use that feedback to make your proposal stronger and try again. In conclusion, getting a grant for your research project is challenging but rewarding. Remember to have a clear and compelling research question, assemble a strong team, seek feedback about drafts of your proposal, use appropriate measures, and plan for dissemination of your findings. Good luck with your own research. I look forward to sharing the next stage of our project in a future video. Thanks for watching.
Freak out. Okay, so in that case, I always prompted the kids to ask. Robot would like ring with them and then